A couple of years later, I believe it was 1992, we had a state visit from the president of Senegal. Abdou Diouf came to Washington. And at that time, the problem with the negotiations at Yamoussoukro and other places between Taylor and the West Africans were continuing. And one of the demands of Charles Taylor was that he didn't want Nigerian and Ghanaian troops there because they were the enemy. He didn't trust them. He wanted someone not connected with the war, a neutral party to send troops. So when Abdou Diouf came in to Washington, we said, would you be willing to send Senegalese troops to be a neutral group to help bring about trust so that the war could end? And Abdou Diouf said, I'd be glad to do it, but we'll need help, we'll need we'll need equipment, and we'll need transportation. So President Bush agreed to provide that. And we did manage to send a battalion of Senegalese troops to be part of the peacekeeping operation. And Taylor had promised that if we sent a neutral force, that they would be respected and they would be working with them to bring about peace. So what happened on the first occasion, Taylor's people ambushed a Senegalese patrol and killed everybody. Here were these neutral forces came in, and Taylor's people just killed them all. And needless to say, the Senegalese were rather upset about that, and they withdrew their troops. So that is about the story of U.S. involvement. It did not. Now, why did the U.S. Did the White House overrule me in stopping the scenario where we're going to take Doe out by air with a U.S. Air Force plane and allow Taylor to come in? Why did that happen? Well, there was never any real explanation until years later when General Scowcroft was interviewed. He was the National Security Advisor to President Bush. He said, well, we knew that if we had done that, we would be totally responsible for Liberia from then on. In other words, we would be responsible for just taking care of Liberia, which I thought was not a good analysis. They should have asked me. I would have told them that that would not be the case. But anyway, that was why the decision was made to overrule me. Now you might ask, well, what would have been good if Taylor came in, who turned out to be pretty bad president? Well, at least if he had come in at that time in early 1990, the country would not have been destroyed, and all of this humanitarian disaster would not have happened. He would have turned out to be not a nice dictator, but at least we would have avoided this total destruction of the country. So I thought that, I was very sorry that we did not go through with that plan early in 1990.